Christian Smith from Morganton, North Carolina. How in the world do you know Mr. Eric Sicoli, by the way?
We actually went to high school together.
Okay, so you guys went to high
Yep.
school together.
Yeah, he's a couple years older than me, but I've just kept up with the stuff on Instagram the past year and a half,
Uh-huh.
and it was just funny. I didn't follow him, but he was in my suggested, and I looked at his profile a little bit, and it was about the insurance sales. And I went on another social media app, TikTok, and was looking, and life insurance was the first video that popped up. So I was like, okay, I'm a little interested. So I decided to reach out to him and just see where it'd take me.
Amen. So I know that you guys had already performed your preliminary interview and now you are on the second interview. So I also know that you went on to yesterday's Discover Zoom, as far as
Yes.
not Discover Zoom, Discover NASB. Tell me, sir, what did you like best about that Zoom last night?
Really, my favorite part that like kind of spoke to me was saying that you said what makes the company great are the people that work for it,
Mhm.
and that kind of motivated me to want to be one of those people to make your company great because I know I can. I know I have what it takes. I'm young. I don't have a family yet, so I got all the time in the world to work, and I'm motivated because I want to start a family soon. So, and I'm broke right now. I work at I'm a retail sales at GNC right now, and the vitamin shop, and it just doesn't pay the bills. It does. It's not what I need to be doing right now, and I'm ready just to move up in the world.
Amen. Absolutely. So tell me, did you go to college?
Yes, I played college basketball for 2 years at a university, and I was studying business. And the price just kept going up and up every year, and my scholarship wasn't covering the extra price that was going up. So
Mm.
I made a decision with my family to just move back home and go to the community college in Hickory, North Carolina. And I was studying radiology there, and they told me it was going to take another 3 years. And I was like, I don't have 3 years to wait. I don't want to be the robot that college was making me. I want to go find wealth and do something so I can start my family one day and not have to wait 5 more years before I have the money to even pay bills for rent.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this. Then you went to college to get a business degree, then you went into radiology. What's the ultimate goal? Like, what is it that you ultimately want out of life?
I'm really just praying for God to lead me in the right direction. Um, I want to make money and I want to do what I'm supposed to do. And kind of this life insurance, I didn't know pretty much anything about it until about a year ago when my grandpa passed
Mm.
really quick, and he didn't have any insurance. So my family went through all that, having to pay all the bills because he got cancer within like a month. He got diagnosed with cancer about a month before he died. So they didn't have anything set up yet, and he was still pretty young. So I know the struggles that family has to go through with death and not having the financial stuff figured out after death. And it just speaks to me that I would want to help other people do that because I've gone through I hope they don't have to go through one day.
Mm. My goodness. Um, it's exactly what we talked about last night, about the fact
Hmm.
of if you're going to go to business school, because I went to East Carolina University, and the second major that I was shooting for was business. My first was theater. Okay. And it's
Okay.
funny how you knock on the professor's door, first day of school, he was such a jerk. And I'm like, I don't want to do this for the next 4 years, right? I thought I was
Uh,
going to be on Broadway and everything. And I was like, well, I'm going to switch to business clearly because, ever since I was the age of 13, my parents instilled in me, hey, instead of reading Twilight series books, why don't you go ahead and start reading people skill books as this
yeah.
will help you in life? And that's just actually what we do with our kids as well. And it was crazy because when I went to business school, getting taught by professors that were making $65,000 a year, and
Yeah.
they were teaching me how to become multimillionaires, all those students. But I do remember one thing that the professor did tell us, and I remember it was like my sophomore year at ECU, and he said, you got to have a product, good, or service that everybody wants, needs, or desires. If you do that, and if you have an attached with a target market demographic that right there, that they need that, you're going to be unstoppable. And then
Hmm.
if you could have it in a franchising method. And I'm like, this is awesome. So, but did I think it was ever going to be a life insurance vehicle? No, of course not, right? But you almost dream that the American dream exists. So for you, I'm so sorry that that happened for your grandfather. And holy cow, I mean, to only have a month. Whew,
Yeah.
man, that's devastating. Who had to, I'm assuming that your family had to come together, take
Oh,
care of the
all the
burial.
stuff.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
isn't
I have
that
a big
so?
close, so we're blessed to have that at least.
Amen on that one. Well, I know that we've got a certain amount of time here, so I appreciate you kind of, I guess you could say, just allowing other managers on the Dream Makers team to kind of lean in and listen when it comes to that second interview. But I just want you to just to know it's just me and you. Okay, that's
Yep.
all I want you to think about. Okay, I want you to be transparent. I want you to be real. I want you to be authentic because that's exactly what I'm looking for. Is that person that has those qualities, but then also you got to have grit. I know we talked about that last
Mhm.
night. Grit
Yeah.
is everything. I know Eric, especially, I know that you obviously knew each other from high school. That's the number one quality that stood out for him whenever I was pretty much looking at him when it came to partnering with him, is he had this grit factor. Where when I think of grit, I think of the person that says, I'm not willing to do whatever it takes. I'm willing to do what it takes to make your dreams and the company's mission really come to life.
Mhm.
So no matter how many times you get knocked down, you're going to keep getting back up. Do you feel like that's a quality
Always.
that you've got?
Oh, 100%, because just in the realm of basketball, I'm only 6 foot, so that's very small. And I've grown up playing two, three, four age groups above me. So I just I had grit my whole life. I've had to survive in what I've done forever.
Do me a favor. Besides basketball,
Yeah.
give me another example of how you had to activate that grit quality.
Um, well, when COVID happened, everything shut down. School sports shut down. So I decided to start my own dog breeding business because my grandma was doing it and she was making pretty good money at the time doing it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna try it. And I dedicated 2 years of my life to it while I was still in high school. And I did pretty good. I made about 30, 36, $37,000 as a 16, 17-year old.
Wow.
So had a whole bunch of clients, saved up and bought a couple, or got about four dogs. And I wasn't like a puppy mill or anything. They were all family raised. And I don't know, I started my own business at 16. So I had some grit to start that. And I did pretty good for a kid. Helped me pay for school and everything in my car. So proud
Wow.
about
Uh,
that. Yeah.
what kind of breed of dog?
I have a toy poodle who's my stud. And then I have a mini golden doodle and a toy cavapoo and another mini golden doodle.
Wow. So I have a chocolate toy poodle myself.
Oh,
I know.
they're the
And
best.
oh my gosh, that is so awesome. And wow, that's really cool. Pretty pretty brilliant, I might add, especially to
Thank
be,
you.
16, 17 years old to be able to be your own boss. And
Yeah,
great job on that one. So really,
appreciate it.
I just want to learn more about you, and then I'll be able to tell you a little bit more about me. And even though I did share my story a lot last night,
Mhm.
and then answer any questions that you might have as I'm asking questions for you. So here's my next question, okay? Is you're you're working at GNC currently right now. P.S.
Yes.
My husband used to work there, by the way.
Oh,
Fun fact. Okay. I know. You probably get a lot of free protein, right?
sometimes
Okay.
I get it
All
to
right.
us.
All right. All right. What's missing out of your current role at GNC that leaves you thinking, okay, there's got to be more, but what's really missing out of your current role right now?
Well, I took the job at GNC because I wanted a little bit of sales experience because I kind of thought in the back of my head that that's kind of what I want to do when I get older because I just grew up around sales. Both my grandpas and my dad, they're in sales and they've always pushed me to do it. And I did a year online school this year and GNC gave me that opportunity to do online.
Mhm.
So I did that, and really the pay is just it's horrible, and the hours aren't that good. So that's really what's missing out of GNC. But I love the work in there. I love the culture. I love what we sell. I love what I do. It's just it's not enough to provide, and that's my overall goal is to provide for my family one day. So
I mean, I'd
it's
imagine you
not
probably
cutting
make
it.
more dog.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know, right? But
yeah.
that's really cool. So, what made you not want to continue doing that as far as dog breeding?
Really, with dog breeding is because you can only breed the dogs once every 6 months,
Okay.
and I'm living with my grandparents now and my parents since been home from college. I've just been going back and forth a little bit, and really, I just they've became really family oriented dogs, and we didn't want any medical issues to happen to them. So we decided just to take a little year, 2 years off of breeding them. We actually have a litter right now. Actually, they got together somehow, but I'm still doing that on the side also.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm helping my mom out. Yeah, my mom and dad, I pay them a little bit to help me with the work since I'm over here sometimes. So we have a little four tiny mini cavapoos right now. So
Oh my
doing
God.
that on the side still just a little bit.
How awesome is that? Um, here's when it comes to growth and advancement in a company, I'm always about finding the leader because I do
Mhm.
believe that you cannot create a leader. I do believe that you could probably take a leader that maybe potentially has dormant skill sets that have not been activated or
Yeah,
learned skill sets. Do you consider yourself a leader and why?
I definitely consider myself a leader just in the fact like going back to sports a little bit, I was a point guard, so that's the leader of the basketball team. Um, other than that, I when first started working out, I was about 12, 13, 14, just helping my grandpa out. He had a mobile home business or a big mobile home business, about 70 trailers, and I would help mow grass every Tuesday and Thursday growing up for years. And I was his lead mower because I worked harder than his other 5 or 6 employees. So he gave me that role, and I've been a born leader my whole life, pretty much just through school, through sports, through my job now, through my own business I created. So I feel like I'm a pretty good leader.
Absolutely. I want you to tell me about a time that you took an initiative to learn a new skill set, to take on a new challenge. What was that skill set?
Um, I had no business experience about anything. I learned a lot about communicating with people, and that's a huge skill set because communication's key to anything. Pretty much, you can't succeed or have anything without communication. And just me learning how to talk to clients, and for me to push my brand for people to sell it because I found the want that people have, and I pushed through it because there really wasn't any breeders in my area that were doing the dogs that I was doing, and they're a popular breed. So I learned to communicate with people pretty good at such a young age, and I've kind of just learned that through college and through networking and making friends and my professors at school and everything. So I feel like I've learned a lot about communicating the past 3 or 4, 5 years, pretty much.
Okay. How about
So I feel like that's a very important key.
give me a tip, something that you did. Maybe it was a power phrase, maybe it was something that you said when it came to separating yourself from all the other breeders out there. If you were talking to a potential candidate of a client, what's something that you would say that you felt was a really good communicating line to them?
Um, Really just for the dog, that business I was running and when I was communicating to people, people really liked that they were like home raised family dogs.
Okay.
So I'd always start off with that. I knew I had to find what the people were really wanting in that field, and I would always start off with that to get their attention pretty much. So I would tell them they're family raised, they're all registered. Start off with the main stuff really in that field, and if it was anything else I had to communicate with, I would find what that person was really wanting to hear, and I would always catch their attention with that. Start off with that pretty much. If that makes sense.
Where did you learn that skill set from? About finding the need and filling the need for them.
Really, my family. They're most of them are all entrepreneurs and business people. Either that's real estate or just retail sales or the mobile homes or stuff like that. They just kind of instilled that in me since I was little. So I've kind of grew up with it. So it's just kind of natural to me now a little bit. So
Okay.
I would give them the credit.
Why not go into real estate, mobile homes? Why not go into that?
I am. I've been considering that a lot because my cousins they just got into real estate and got their license and started their own business and they're doing really well. And I've been thinking about that, but I just see a brighter opportunity in this, and that's why I really want to put all my eggs in this basket and push towards this and start a career in this. And maybe 20 years down the road, real estate might be the thing, but I feel like this right now for my career is through life insurance because I like this the side that you're actually helping people. You're helping people prepare for the worst
Mhm.
and to leave like that person who's dying to leave that one last gift for their family, and I really do like that.
Amen. Absolutely. It's quite a rewarding career. I must say I
Yeah.
didn't like it in the beginning, right? Because I didn't think that I always worked with students, teenagers and student ministry at the church. And I
Mhm.
remember that I'm like, oh my gosh, are seniors gonna like me? I mean, I love my grandparents, obviously, but
Yeah.
am I gonna be able to relate to a senior? Because I'm not a senior. And
Yeah.
I really believe that you're not a true life insurance broker until it's not when you make your first, and protect your first life, not even when it's 10 lives that you protect. It's when you file your first death claim, in my opinion, that's
Hmm.
when you really see what we do and why it really matters, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Let me ask you this. I want you to tell me about a major challenge that you had to face. I know that you've obviously made some pretty big decisions since high school.
Yeah.
Tell me about a major challenge that you had to face and how did you respond to it?
The face. Everyone had to face it with COVID, and this is the way the world shut down, and you had to readjust and figure out new stuff.
Right.
Um, when COVID happened, my high school sports kind of shut down, so I had to. I got on the phone and was calling every single coach I knew at private schools, trying to get an opportunity to go somewhere because I still had a love and a passion for basketball, and I wanted to go to college for that. And my high school wasn't giving me that opportunity, so I went. I got on the phone and I went to Combine Academy in Lincolnton, North Carolina, and
Right.
they had a pretty good business program that I learned a lot from their teachers there, and that was a big step for me. Not really in the work field, but in the school fields because that's what most of my experience is just learning stuff from the colleges I went to and from the private school and then the public high school. So that was a big challenge. I thought that I still wanted to play basketball, so I got on the phone, called everybody I could to get an opportunity to do that. So.
So when you got somebody on the phone, how did you land the scholarship that you obviously were able to get?
Yeah, I called him up. His name is Coach Tim. I knew him from travel basketball, and I sold myself. I told him how bad I really wanted it, and I had the grit for it, and I knew I would come in and make a big dent in his team right away, and to help them out. And he took the gamble on me and gave me a full scholarship to the high school, and I was extremely blessed and excited, and it was the best year of my life.
Wow, that
It
is.
was awesome.
Let me ask you this. What is something that you do struggle with? I mean, I've heard some pretty great qualities that you already have as far as entrepreneurship, business minded, the grit aspect, the work ethic. You're not afraid to go after what you want, regardless of what's in front of you,
Hmm.
regardless of the circumstances that maybe the world will also throw at you, like COVID. Um, I want to know about something that you struggle with, potentially currently right now. What's something that you struggle with? Don't say organized. I'm not an organized person. That's one of those things on an interview. I'm like, nah, you got to go deeper, right? So, what's something that truly, like, when you're looking and being self-aware, what is something that you're struggling with? You've identified it, and you're trying to work, um, to make that a strong suit for you.
Yeah, I would say I know it's kind of like a might not be the answer you're looking for, but I'm a little shy.
Okay.
But I've pinpointed that as a problem, and I've just got to grow up and know I got to suck it up and to for like situations like this for interviews, I got to grow. I got to become a man, and I feel like I am. But I can be shy. Like I'm shy sometimes, but I can always suck it up and get the job done. And I've done that with my dog business and my sales now, where I talk to people all day, every day. So it's a little shy, but I can get past that. That's just a struggle that I have, but I
Why?
wouldn't say I have
Why does
too many
that why does
struggles.
that exist for you? Why do you feel like that is it? Why are you shy? Or why do you feel like you are?
I pinpoint the problem, and I know I'm getting better. It's just I've just always been kind of a little introvert. Everyone I know says I'm the best extrovert they know. I talk to everybody, but I personally don't see that. But everybody I'm around does, and they always laugh at me when I tell them I'm an introvert. But
That's
might just be a
awesome.
me thing. I don't know.
I like that. I like that. That's awesome. Do you miss basketball?
Oh gosh, yeah, I miss it. I miss it a lot. But I was going to play basketball at the new college I was going to last year, but then they said I could do a year online, and I wouldn't even have to show up to school. So I did that, and so I could get a side job too, just to
Mhm.
help pay the bills.
Right, right.
So I grew up. I had to grow up. I know it sucks, but everybody has to do it, and I had to do it last year.
Amen. So
Yeah.
ideally, let me ask you this. What is something that over the next 3 to 5 years, where do you really see yourself when it comes to this company, if we were to select you?
Um, I see myself as like what I put in my notes last night. I know it sounds a little cheesy, but I want to be the next Eric Sicoli. I want to be the next person making other your in your 1% of your business. I want to be making all the money I can. I want to have in my personal life. I want to have my family started. I want to be able to pay rent. I want to be able to help my family out. I want to just make all the money I can to help my family out and help my clients out to make a difference in their lives. So.
Not just pay rent, but pay mortgage. There you go, right?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's crazy how much or how expensive it is for folks coming out of college
Oh
to
yeah.
get an apartment, right?
Yeah.
Like
That's why I'm back
it's
at home. I can't afford it.
mine. Yeah, like
Uh,
it oh my gosh. It really is wild. Oh gosh, I'm like, how do these people eat? Because
yeah.
the
It's
money
a
that they're
struggle.
making from their full-time jobs is legit paying for their whole mortgage practically.
Yeah.
It's really wild. So let me ask you this. I know that again, you gathered a lot of information from yesterday. What questions do you have for me by chance?
I'm kind of confused. I've done a lot of research on this job and everything, but the licensing. How do I get my license? And I know you said you need to pass it within 14 days because my notes I said pass it within 7 days. So I try to cut your time in half. But I just want to know how can I do that and how is that possible?
Sure. So, when it comes to if we do select you,
Mhm.
that we obviously give you like, I guess you could say, just it's a one-page PDF document of how to go through pre-licensing, and
Okay.
I want to say it's like 20, 24-hour credit line or credit hours online. Some people
Hmm.
can do it within, I mean, I've seen people do it within 2 business days, and they
Okay.
just that sucker out.
Hmm.
We do say we give you 14 business days because we believe that if you could immerse yourself in it at least 2 to 3 hours a day, then you're going to pass the test with flying colors.
Okay.
Especially since you've pretty much gotten off being a college student and also just being a student, you're used to
Yeah.
probably taking exams and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's no
Um,
problem.
yep. So I wouldn't say the word it's definitely not easy. But yes, you do have to pass a state exam. You would be licensed by the Department of Insurance, which is really
Okay.
neat, state of North Carolina. So in my opinion, I think that's a pretty big achievement to be able to do that.
Okay, well that's awesome. And
That's
one more question, like if I
sure.
was to get hired on and everything, and I'm living in Morganton, North Carolina right now, but I'm looking to move to Mooresville in the next maybe year.
Cool.
Does that affect anything with this job? So I
No.
can, okay, well that's awesome.
As
Relieves a
long
lot
as
of stress.
as long as you're not in California or New York, you're good to go. So we're
Perfect.
in 48 states. They just got a
Okay.
lot of rules and regulations in those two states that we just really don't want to interfere with. So
Yeah.
yeah, North Carolina is a phenomenal area, big time. A lot of partners. Actually, I think there's the most amount of partners practically in that Lake Norman, Mooresville, Charlotte area.
Oh
So
wow. That's
great
great.
area
Yeah.
indeed. I mean, I probably go out there at least once every other month to that area. So phenomenal area.
Great.
Doesn't matter where you are, you can go work anywhere in the United States as long
That's
as you
awesome.
have a non-resident
Perfect.
license there. What other questions, any other questions that potentially that you have for me?
One more about the leads.
Sure.
You were saying because I've looked online and a lot of places said that it could be like $100 to $300 a lead,
Sure.
and then when you last night were saying they're like a 50 cents to $15 or something or $50.
35. So we don't have any leads over, I want to say we don't have any leads over $35. And, the main focus is think about it like this. I don't know how much a stud of a toy poodle, how much was your toy poodle, like the stud of it?
Uh, 4,500.
4,500. Okay.
Yeah.
So you had to invest the 4,500 as an entrepreneur to be able
Yeah.
to have a return on investment of these little puppies so that you could sell them
Hmm.
out there. And, in our arena, just like a builder has brick
Yeah.
build, we have leads of people that we can go see, and we have them by the hundreds upon hundreds of thousands. And the really neat thing, because of digital marketing, because
Mhm.
of the speed of technology, if somebody wanted a brand spanking new lead hot right off the press, shoot, you can, put in a Facebook lead order, and you'll
Yeah.
get that sucker starting to come in within a few hours. It's crazy.
Okay. Oh wow.
But I guess the way I see it is a lead is just an excuse to get to the door. It doesn't matter if it's a 50-cent lead. I have no judgment to it because the way I see it is they've just not met and seen me yet, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that's the way I see it is all of these leads that go out there, they're going out to all seniors. So,
Okay.
well, what makes this lead better? Well, I guess if you want to call it timing, but the way I see it is whether it's a 2-year-old lead, a 1-year-old lead, or a 1-day old lead, they're still a senior, right?
Yeah.
And
If
we're
you're the
looking
good
at,
salesman, you can make the deal. So yeah.
and it's not even being a good salesman. I believe that everybody on this planet, okay, especially here in the United States, this whole land of opportunity, in my opinion, everybody's a salesman. Okay,
Hmm.
everyone is. Whether you're good or bad, well, then that really is determined by you. Why? Because have you
Yeah.
ever dated somebody, Christian?
Yes, I have a girlfriend now.
All right, all right. So, you've had to what? Impress her. You've had to
Yeah.
play a little bit of the hard to get game a little bit. You probably didn't ask her out the first time that you saw her, potentially,
No.
right? And you had to compliment her, okay?
Hmm.
And so it's the same thing here where, look, in my opinion, sales is just a transfer of emotions and
Hmm.
really showing, hey, here's your problem, and this is how we can solve it. Just like what you said, if somebody
Yeah.
wants a puppy, if somebody is looking for that star player for their basketball team in college, guess what? I'm your guy. And
Yeah.
so I think that it's a matter of, just making sure that you really do have what it takes to be a major player on this team. So that being said, I'm actually texting Mr. Eric as well, seeing if he had any questions. I know he's on here as well.
Okay.
Let me just kind of go back over these notes real quick. So when it comes to everything that you said, I love what you said as far as the first part. What makes a company great is always the people.
Hmm.
You took notes on last night's Zoom, and
Yeah.
I could see that you've obviously studied the company. You've followed a leader, just like what you said. You want to be practically duplicatable, just like Eric has been. I mean, I just talked to him yesterday and I said, dude, man, what did you make last month? And I know I told everybody that yesterday. And I
Yeah.
mean, $22,000 to be 23 years
Awesome.
young to make that kind of
It's
money.
crazy. Yeah.
And again, I think that's in the 0.0000001% of people under the age of 25 that are
Yeah.
making that kind of money. And because I remember doing the stat when he was making $15,000 a month, right? Uh,
Yeah.
but everything that you were saying as far as what makes a company great, I really believe that when I am asking you these questions, number one is, how old are you again?
I'm 21.
21. Okay.
Yes.
Um, so no doubt, 100%, you would be a huge major player on this team. And it would be an absolute honor to work beside you, alongside of you, because in my opinion, you've got the qualities that we're looking for. Not only the grit, the work ethic, I can see the fight in your eyes. I can see the desire that you really genuinely want to make a big impact. And the cool part is that it's not even about what you want, it's about what others and what you can do for others, like your
Hmm.
family.
Definitely.
You're not married yet, but you're already thinking ahead. You're thinking
Hmm.
3, 4, 5 steps ahead.
Yeah.
And
Always.
the team aspect of you being a part of a team in college basketball and realizing, hey, you know what? Maybe it's not the smartest idea for me to continue on with college because of the simple fact that you're like, well, what's the point when you know exactly
Yeah.
what you want to do and you know that
Hmm.
having a W-2 and having a corporate America job is definitely probably not going to put you where you really want to go.
Not
Um,
even close.
Also, yeah, absolutely. You have a very unique story also with your grandfather.
Yeah.
Massively unique. Some people have to take other people's stories, and you have one of your very own where
Yeah.
it's so real, it's so raw. And the unfortunate part is he probably didn't think it was going to happen. How old was he?
I want to say like 65, 65, 66. Yeah.
Too young. I mean, just
Yeah.
just too young. But you really had me when you said that in high school you created a dog breeding business. Dude, like
Yeah.
holy sugar nuts. You already understand how to be an investor. You already understand that, hey, if I believe in this, I have a big vision for this, and I believe that it can help me take care of this, XYZ,
Mm.
college. But holy cow, dude, every part of your story, I'm just very intrigued. And the way I see it is the world doesn't get the right to label you as an introvert or an extrovert.
Yeah.
You get to be the person of whatever you want. And hey,
Yeah.
if you want to be shy, cool, be shy, right? And just a heads up on that one. But as far as being the next Sicoli, in my opinion, it will be, hey, who's going to be that next Christian, because I do believe that you're going to make a very big stride here. So um, it would be an absolute honor to have you work alongside of us and be a part of our team.
Oh, well, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So how does it
It's
make you feel?
awesome. I got butterflies right now. I'm shaking a little bit. Extremely excited and
What are you
blessed for
most
this
excited
opportunity.
about?
Thank you so much.
Were you nervous?
Um, yeah, I'm nervous, but but I'll get over. I'm most excited about just making money and helping families out and helping my own family and my grandparents and my mom and dad. I want to be there to help them and I want to help other people, so that's what I'm excited about.
Amen. Well, I do believe that you were the chosen one in your family. 100%. 100%. I mean, seriously, like
Great.
if you are not surpassing at least 250,000 to 500,000 by the time you're 25, I'm telling you, I'd be shocked. Okay.
Wow.
And you've got that ability, you've got that opportunity here.
Great.
The neat thing is being able to be coached by people that are already doing it. Okay.
Hmm.
So, and that's the unique part is you cannot teach what you have not done. Right.
Yeah.
And I can't teach you how to make shoot. I haven't even added up last month's deposits just yet, right? But I can only can't teach you how to make over $141,000. I've not done that yet, but I can teach you how to make 140,000. Okay.
I'll take
Um,
it.
let's go. Well, what do we do next from here? So Eric is going to go ahead and email you the next steps. So in other
Mhm.
words, the next steps is, hey, go get in the car with Eric, see what a normal day is like. I think it's a lot of fun. That way you get to see the seniors, you get to see what a normal day, like I said, is like. But then
Mhm.
secondly, go ahead and knock out that pre-licensing. The
Okay.
faster you can pass that state exam, the faster
Mhm.
we can get you into contracting with the
Yeah.
carriers that we've got. We start every single agent off at 70% commission. Okay. Why do we do that? Because I don't care if you've got 35 years of insurance experience. I've come to realize that if somebody thinks they're the best of the best, great. Then you're going to totally rock out a whole bunch of promotions your first
Mhm.
year. But in my opinion, 70% commission allows for somebody, even in their first full month, second month, or what have you. The average currently right now, as far as income goes, is about $8,700 take home in income per month on our team. And
Great.
I'm very big on stats. I like seeing how stats work in people's favor. And this is a very systematic company. I'm
Mhm.
really big on systems. Follow the system. It's a franchise. Okay. Follow the system. Don't wing it when it comes to your sales charm. Take the qualities that you've been able to learn over all of these years and
Mhm.
plug them here, right? All the
Okay.
bad habits, throw them away. All right. And yeah, so as far as quitting your job, don't do it just yet. We will tell you
Yeah.
the moment when you can quit your job. This is a full-time career, so
Yeah.
we're all about 40 hours a week. Whenever your goal is, if you want to go to 60 hours, cool beans. I mean, it's
Yeah.
totally up to you, but when it comes to full time, it's an all in. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely. That's my goal. That's what I want. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I think what was it? Emily Barrier, she made $11,000 her first full month in deposits,
Wow.
$13,000 her second full month. So, I've not yet had somebody completely annihilate the record, which is 12,500 in their first full month with us. So maybe that will be you, sir.
That's my goal. 13,000. That's my goal. I'm gonna write it
Let's
down
go.
right now.
First, so 12,500 was the record. If you could beat that, holy sugar nuts, that would be insane. I'm excited to work with you. And any other questions?
Um, Not really. I think you covered everything last night and today. I really appreciate you taking the time to call me and get this interview out the way. I appreciate it.
Amen. Absolutely. Well, I'm proud of you, buddy, and I'm looking
Thank
forward to
you.
working with you and hearing great things and shaking your hand. Welcome to
All
the
right,
team.
appreciate
I'm
it.
excited for you guys. Y'all take care.
Thank you so
Bye bye.
much. All right,
You're welcome.
bye.
Bye bye.